back in this game, and it's another interception! Just as I started the new recording! It's Troy Hill once again! Good reason to celebrate here. That's the second pick he's had. And Knicks, well, it's the same problem. Throwing it too much underneath. And Knicks' stats might take a little tank here. Say the least. Now his second pick of the game. Hand off. And he goes up past the 49. If you're just tuning into the video, and you haven't watched the one before this, go check it out. Pretty good little recording, and this is more or less just the last bit of the game and the extra analysis at the end. Game has really been that crazy. 3rd and 7. Thunderbirds getting it off to Evans, and Evans will have a first down. Mayfield is now dangerously close to going up to 400, and that's when they'll kneel. Wow, what a game. Thunderbirds close it out versus 0-2 Honolulu in an offensive match for the century. Go ahead and hand this one off to Irving. Irving getting a little bit farther upfield and doesn't really do much but give them another chance to kneel. This game was absolutely electrifying in the first half, and I cannot wait for the next video to come out. By the way, if you are watching this extra video, I'd like to say thank you for taking such an interest in this game, and really means a lot. If you have not watched the last video, once again, I'm going to have to ask you to go over there and check it out. It's been a pretty gnarly one here. Vele getting in for 3 touchdowns today. All-time scorer for the Antlers right now. Just an offensive explosion. You looked at this game on paper and you thought, man, this is probably going to be a defensive matchup. No. It exploded in the first half and slowed down a little bit, but Thunderbirds brought it back. Taking a look at the team stats, if we look at the box score, hardly any quarter. Well, actually, if you're not looking at teams, all the quarters that were played, there was at least 1 touchdown scored within it. That's a pretty crazy thing for the Thunderbirds to end up winning it, and the Thunderbirds were actually down about 14-7, and then they came back in that second half and just ran away with it. Rio ends up getting 2 picks from Troy Hill, and that basically ends it. So, taking a look at the stats, I won't talk for this part, but you can see for yourself what the stats are. Now, going into the player stats portion, I will go ahead and speak for this part. Baker Mayfield ends up with a QBR of 119.9. Meanwhile, Bo Nix with only a 17.5 QBR. See, 30 completions out of 40 attempts for Baker Mayfield, 371 yards, 75 completion rate, and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 9.2 yards on average. And his longest pass going for 80 yards, that's to Baker, well, I mean, I guess you could call him Baker's favorite, but it's not exactly what I was going for there. Mike Evans, Baker's favorite target. Completion-wise for Bo Nix, a little bit of a different story. 23 to 37 as far as completions and attempts go. 232 yards, a 62 completion rate, and 2 touchdowns, but also followed up with 2 INTs, which could have turned into touchdowns, but all I'll say is there is a reason that the QBR was a little low. About the same way he threw his passes, to be honest with you. 6.2 average yards per attempt, and longest pass for him was a 43-yarder, which I don't even believe they scored on. Meanwhile, Irving, he did pretty good. 20 attempts, 90 yards, and about 4.5 on average. 2 touchdowns. Really the symbol of a goal line back. No fumbles. 1 broken tackle. 25 yards after contact. No 20-plus yards runs. And then the longest run of the day was an 18-yarder. Javonte Williams, on the other hand, a big gain pickup for the Antlers. 15 attempts, 119 yards, 7.9 average yards per carry. And then no touchdowns, no fumbles, 4 broken tackles, 23 yards after contact, 20-plus yards on the runs. He did 2 of those, with his longest run of the day being a 32-yarder. Baker Mayfield, he got up to a little bit of rushing. 5 scrambles for 13 yards, 2.6 yards on average. A touchdown, no fumbles, no broken tackles. Of course, you don't really expect that out of your running back. Or your quarterback, excuse me. 5 yards after contact, no 20-plus yard runs, even though they would have loved it. The longest run of the day was 7 yards. Meanwhile, Bo Nix had 2 attempts for 35 yards. A 17.5 average for him on the day. No touchdowns. Whereas Baker Mayfield did have 1. No fumbles. No broken tackles, of course. No yards after contact. And no 20-plus yarders. He did get close. He had a 19-yard run. And Devon Bailey, his only rushing attempt. 1 attempt, 19 yards. 19 yards per carry. 1 touchdown, no fumbles. No broken tackles. Yards after contact end up being, well, none. Because he didn't really get to run the ball that much. He's a wide receiver. But 19 yards, the touchdown, and that was his longest run of the day. So, now we take a look at receiving. We'll go ahead and highlight the number 1 receiver of the day, which, is Mike Evans. 5 receptions, 121 yards, 24.2 average, 1 touchdown, which of course was that 80-yard bomb, which ends up being his longest reception as well. No drops. Run after catch average was pretty good. Run after catch in general was about 53. And obviously the lone touchdown pass. So, Adam Trotman didn't do too well, but not exactly the player we're focused on. O'Keefe. end up only really picking up a yard. So, could have worse days. Anyways, Chris Godwin ended up getting up there as well in terms of yards. No touchdowns. 15.6 average yards per reception. 43 run after catch. 7.1 run after catch average. No drops. 46 yards, the longest reception he got. And this is the part where we look for injury. Garrett Bowles will be injured. Unclear right now if he will go into next week's game. You'll find that out on the inactives list. Meanwhile, Alex Singleton, Jamel Dean, Cody Barton, Riley Moss, Antoine Winfield Jr., Patrick Surtain, all those guys are healthy. Oh, Jordan Whitehead. That is a huge IR take right there. Again, if any of these guys are going to be inactive for next week, we'll let you know on the post, so stay tuned with those. And other than... Oh, there you go. Kalijah Cansey ended up going on IR, so we'll figure out what happened with him, of course, when he's inactive. But other than that, nothing. So, thanks for watching, folks. It was surely an amazing game to see, to watch, whatever it was to you. 21-35, the Thunderbirds continue their 3-win streak, as well as the Antlers going 0-3 on the season. Doesn't look good for them. Tough schedule, though. Sure they can bounce back. Well, with that being said, it's so long from Rio de Janeiro. Adios.